So I lost 4 kilos the past month, and I went from being scared to step on my scale because I thought it was gonna hurt me some way or I'm gonna be disappointed. But now I just kind of started treating it like scientifically, where I was like, if I want to reach to point B from A, I'm obviously gonna have to track where I am at and where I'm heading towards, and if I'm losing that 1 kilo per week that my objective was. And I feel like I figured it out after having so many cycles, and I'd say like years of doing it wrong. Where my first cycle was where I was just eating like shit and not working out, and then obviously I was gaining weight. The second cycle was where I started going to the gym, working out, and destroying myself in the gym, where I would do stairmaster for like 30 minutes. Then I would go and do resistance training, but I would eat like absolute shit when I got home. And in fact, I was hit with a slap in the face by my brother, who was like, "Dan, like you're not losing any weight. In fact, you're probably gaining weight." And I was like, "Holy shit! Like I need to start changing things." So I started watching podcasts on nutrition, health. I started like actually educating myself like crazy, because I feel like it's important not to just pick up on everything everyone's saying on YouTube and online, and really educate yourself on the biology behind this, because that's what it comes down to. And giving basically gives yourself an understanding and a reasoning behind what you're doing and your actions that you're doing and why you're even doing this. Because when you're oblivious to this, and someone tells you do keto, do paleo, do all these diets, go in a water fast for like 7 days, like why? Like why do you need to do that if you can lose weight a healthy weight? What worked for me is, okay, my second cycle though, after that, is where I learned all that. I started eating healthy meals, but my portions were so big and I had sneaky calories in there from sauces and sodas, and I would have like a liter of like chocolate milk. I know, it's crazy, but I'd have like a liter of chocolate milk and I was still not losing weight in the mirror because I was still not weighing my scale. And then I was still not on the weighing scale. And then I was like, okay, enough is enough. So then I just scratched that, and then I was like, okay, I need to calculate my base metabolic rate. So it's how much my calories burns by just existing. And also there's 4 types of calories. I'm not a health nutritionist, whatever. This is just interesting to me. There's 4 types of ways your body burns calories. One is by your base metabolic rate, so just by existing, your body, like your organs and your heart beating. The second one is through like fidgeting and doing your daily movements, like folding the bed or like cleaning the house, or just like talking like this. The third one is through exercise and running. And then the last way is like when you eat something, your body has to break it down, and to break something down, it requires energy, because your stomach contracts and your digestive system gets to work. And that's why eating protein and fibers like vegetables, it requires more energy to break them down, because of all the cell walls in plants. It requires more energy to break that down, so then your calorie expenditure is higher and it keeps you more full. So that's what I did. I basically eliminated all my carbs by basically, like, I kept them as low as possible. Obviously, if I wanted something really bad, I was gonna allow myself to have it, but I try to keep them as low as possible. And that, I swear to God, not only did I feel lighter in the head, like mentally, physically I felt way better too. Then I started intermittent fasting from 12 to 8, and the reason for that is because personally I love food way too much, and I know that if I start eating in the morning, I'm going to continue eating throughout the day. I'm editing this right now, but I do want to say that intermittent fasting is not going to make you lose weight. The only thing that's going to do that is nutrition. So cutting out ultra processed foods and refined sugars and carbohydrates is what worked for me. That's basically how I lost weight. Having that restrictive pace for me, like that's what worked for me. And then I just calculated my calorie deficit, like what I have to do to lose 1 kilo a week, and then I just stuck to this. And there's no shortcuts to this. Like, what I realized from all the trial and errors that I had, that hopefully you can learn from my mistakes, is that you just have to do it now. Like, you cannot be, I'm gonna do it next week, I'm gonna start this diet next week. This inconsistency of yo-yo dieting, like, it's just, there is a way to lose weight that's scientifically backed, and I'm gonna link down those podcasts. And you just have to stick to that. You just have to be able to say no to food and it's going to be hard, but just practicing that, just saying no when you know that it's not the right for you. And it just depends on how bad you want it at the end of the day. Like if you don't want it, like you're not going to lose the weight because you're just going to go back to your old eating habits. And I started looking at it on a long-term scale where it's not just a diet for me. It's just me changing my lifestyle, because like long term, like this is what I want to continue doing for my whole life, and not just go for a period right now where I lose a lot of weight and then I'm like, I'll go back to my old eating habits. Like that's not my goal here. My goal is for me to sustain this long term. So kind of also understanding that, and just looking at it a day by day. Just look day by day, what am I going to eat today that's going to make me feel good when I go to bed? What's going to bring me a step forward and going in that direction? So I would say, and also with exercise in the gym, what I do is I do 3 times resistance training and 1 time cardio session per week. But this is just what worked for me. And I'm not gonna lie, these are just the basic rules. And if you just increase movement and exercise and start eating and nourishing your body the right way with a calorie deficit, you are gonna lose weight. Like there's no way you're not gonna lose weight. And that's just the facts, and that's just how it is. So I'm going to keep it at this note, and if you have any questions, do ask them below, and I'm going to link down some good podcasts. So hopefully you guys, I don't know, I guess learn something.